We're going to make it happen, y'all. We are going to make it happen.
Hello.
There she is. Yes. Woo! Everyone drop endless love in the comments for the amazing Jennifer Cooper. She's here with us. Time zones can't stop this woman. Nothing can.
Well, it was a close call. I apologize.
You're so awesome, and I so appreciate you taking the time. I know it's late. These are our once a week, our What's Up weekly call that we do with the field. As you can see, we got a great group here, and I'm very excited to hear from you. We got through all of our updates, and the great part is you didn't have to sit through 15 minutes of me talking about all the updates. You get to come on right at the perfect time. And
that's perfect. Thank you.
It is amazing. You missed a little bit of your introduction, but I will rehash and just say for everyone, this is the founder of All Labs. I mean, this is someone that is dedicated her life to creation, and not just creation, but creation of things that make this world a better place. And we haven't been able to interact much, but what I will tell you is with the interactions that we've had, I feel like I've been made better because of them. I got to spend some amazing time with her backstage at our convention and share a couple of conversations. And she's so full of knowledge, and she's so kind. I don't know. I've been around a lot of founders. I've been around a lot of CEOs. I've been around a lot of the egos that come with some of those titles. And what I'll tell you is it's incredibly refreshing to know that the woman that has founded the company that creates all of our products is as humble as the day is long, and that genuinely cares about each and every one of you and helping to create products that make your businesses flourish. And so, Jennifer, again, it's just an honor to have you on the call, and appreciate you taking some time for me to ask you a few fun questions.
Okay. Well, one of the things I really, really love about this industry, and I have been in the category for 30 years, is that I came into the category to get a good job. But one of the things that I really loved as soon as I got into the category is that for most people, it's not just a job, it's a lifestyle. I came in because it was a great job coming out of school and everything, but I stayed because it's about people being healthier. It's about living your best life and creating products that make a difference in people's lives. And so that's why I'm still here. And I love talking to the customers and the consumers, and we go to work every day and make our very best effort so that you can have the best products humanly possible.
It's just
so. Ask me anything you want to know about collagen.
Oh, well, before I get to that, I would love for everyone to know. I mean, they know that you're the founder of All Labs. They understand that, like you had just said, you spent 30 years in the space. But I would love for them to know a little bit more about you, about I mean, where you've come from and the amount of education and the amount of knowledge you have in the space. I mean, I think it's so important to touch on that briefly, because it's not. Jennifer Cooper isn't just someone that said, I want to start a lab and I'm just going to go be a founder of a lab. And I was successful over here and I'm just going to, I take this money and go create a lab. I mean, this is someone, again, that's dedicated a lifetime to the pursuit of this. And I just think to have a little bit more background on your history would be great for everyone to hear.
So I started in the quality disciplines. I was working in the industry before we passed the landmark legislation for Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, which really makes it possible from a freedom standpoint to have these products in the market and not have to go through FDA pre-approval before we come onto the market. That would create a drug environment that would make it very difficult for us to be able to bring products to you. But I did testify before the congressional FDA action committees on what that legislation should be. And from a quality perspective, we really wanted to incorporate a lot of there was a big question, should it be more like food or more like drugs? And I was testifying and representing a company where we wanted it to be more, from a quality perspective, we wanted to be more like drugs. And so I started in the quality disciplines. And when I used to call people and say, hey, it's Jennifer, I want to talk to you, people were running for the hills because had quite a reputation on the quality side, very, very rigorous. And before we had dietary supplement good manufacturing practices, we were implementing very, very high standards. And so I was on the brand side when I was working with manufacturers and things like that. And eventually I moved from quality into R&D. And then all of a sudden I became the belle of the ball. Everybody wants to talk to the R&D person. And so that's a lot of fun. And I've spent half of my career working for natural products and dietary supplement companies, and the other half working for big consumer product companies and pharmaceutical companies who later started to acquire these companies. And so I've done a great deal of work in North America and a tremendous amount of work in Europe and overseas as well. In the course of my career, I've launched more than 300 products in a dozen countries with more than $1 billion worth of sales. My real love, most presidents of companies, they're accountants and business people, and I have a strong business background, but my great love and where we invest a ton of money is in the scientific disciplines. 1 in 6 people at Alt Labs works in the sciences. And that's because everything we do is custom and on the high end. And so that's just a little bit about my journey. And I'm always excited to meet the customers.
Jennifer, there's so many things I want to touch on with that, because everyone in the comments is just like freaking out right now. They're so excited, and as am I. I mean, having her as the founder of our laboratory is basically like hiring the head of the IRS to do your accounting. It's like to have the most rigorous person you could have that has the highest standards coming in, and then being on the R&D side, but being able to come into that side with the mindset that she started with. It gets me super excited. And then I love that you take the mindset that you do when it's science first, that 1 in 6 people are having that background, that are focused on that. So it's always being focused on the results and not just the promotion, not just the marketing, not just all that, which is important. It's all great stuff and it's all fun. But I love that science is something that you always like to have come first. And I know that was really something that you really focused on with this collagen product. And so let's talk about our Happy Collagen for a minute. I mean,
okay.
I can be honest, and I had this written down here. I mean, again, Jennifer, we hear about collagen every day now. It is literally a daily term in our life. And it's funny to think about, because before, it was 5-7 years ago, collagen was a word that you barely ever heard. And all of a sudden it's blown up on the scene. You hear it everywhere. You see it everywhere.
Sure.
What should you be looking for in regards to a collagen, and why is ours so special? I think that people really would benefit from hearing, and people at convention heard a little bit about this, but I know that there's a lot of people that were not able to be at convention that are on this call right now that would really benefit. And even those that were there would benefit from an overview. And so what is it that people should be looking for, and why to stay away from that stuff? And I'm not trying to knock, the Walgreens collagen or the, your grocery store's collagen that they sell at the end of the aisle, but what separates?
Yeah. Well, look, we have a very advanced collagen blend, including different types of collagen. Your body uses different types of collagen in different areas of your body. You have collagen in your gut and in your skin and in your joints. And so we have a blend of the different types of collagen, but collagen is everywhere. And if you imagine the cells that make collagen, that use collagen, they're called fibroblasts, but they're basically little factories. And if you imagine these factories, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong with the factory in your skin. And the collagen is the building blocks that go into the factory. But if the factory is slow, if the mechanisms that are breaking down collagen, even though your factory is pumping it out, if they're speeding up. So as we age, our factories slow down and there's less factories. And then also the mechanisms that break down collagen speed up. Collagen's just an equation in your body. When we're young, you need to break it down so that you can keep it fresh and rebuilding and everything, but it should be balanced. And when you're young, you make as much as you break down and you replace it in a timely manner. As you get older, we break it down faster and we make less of it. And so you can imagine that the building blocks, they're piling up outside the factory like tankers waiting to be loaded into the factory. But if there's not enough factories, or the factories are slow, or the mechanisms that are breaking it down are speeding up, it doesn't matter how much collagen you have. Not having enough of the building blocks is just one of the many things that can go wrong. And you see everybody else out there, they're not really talking about, it's just a one-pronged approach to improving collagen. So yeah, we're supplying some building blocks, but we're also doing several things that no one else is doing. We're increasing the efficiency of the factories. We're suppressing the enzymes, collagenase, elastase. We don't talk as much about elastase, but the structural proteins in your skin and in your joint are collagen and elastin, and they create that firmness and the spring back and everything in your skin. And so we're approaching it in a three-pronged approach in a different way than anybody else, because you can pile up all the raw materials you want, but if everything else is broken, you're not going to make a difference. You're just piling up the building blocks on the outside of your broken and defunct factories. And so we're speeding up the factory for you. We're rejuvenating the factory. We're intervening with the powerhouse of the cells that supplies the power to the factory, and we're also suppressing those enzymes that are breaking it down too quickly. And look, the other things that besides age that can mess with that balance of collagen in your skin is too much sun. Wear your sunblock, friends, and that's a real thing. And pollution. Lack of sleep will cause the enzymes to speed up or the factories to slow down. And so we have this incredibly unique product in that we're saying, okay, because there's many points where we can intervene in the collagen system more than just the building blocks. That's why we're providing this product is incredibly unique because of that. Super interesting. You're not going to find anything else like it on the market. You're on mute. You're on mute.
That always happens.
Okay.
That's why I wanted her on here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I wanted her here, because at the end of the day, she can say all that stuff that I would, if I tried to say that, it would sound like jumbled Chinese. All I'm going to tell you is it is fascinating to me. And Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong, but you literally created this. This is like your baby. I know that you have a team and you have a lot of people behind you, but this is not something that like you outsource. Is not something that like you guys just kind of took a proprietary blend, and this is literally like your creation.
Yeah, this is the collagen I want to take. This is the collagen that I take. I'm 50 something and trying to hold it together. And also I looked at the market out there and said, you know, the market has grown incredibly, double digits, grown incredibly, but been very lazy in innovation. Okay, it's just more building blocks, more collagen. And so the market needs a shakeup. And what I really did was just turn to the science and say, what's really going on in the skin, in the joint, and how can we do it better? And when I saw that there's so many things that can go wrong, and we're just pounding the same nail with the same hammer, it didn't make any sense. And the market's been lazy, and it's looking for, I mean, this is the next step. This is the next generation. And it's all based on the science. It's all based on the mechanisms that are happening in the cell. And, you know, we're very focused on, oh, the cell and all the cool things that it does. But there's a really important, our cells float and exist in the extracellular matrix. And that extracellular matrix, the ECM, is really critical to the structural elements, whether our cells are all squished together or whether they're nice and firm and in place is also related to that extracellular matrix, which nobody talks about. And so we really went to war to design a product that addressed on multiple ways. So look, it is preventative because look, no matter how great you are at building collagen, it's like it's always easier to prevent the breakdown than it is to replace it. So it prevents the breakdown of collagen. It rebuilds collagen as it breaks down, and it nourishes the skin. And so these three-pronged approach, the proper nutrition that keeps the extracellular matrix healthy and balanced, and then prevent and protect, is super important, and why we thought we could do it better than anybody else.
Put a 5 in the comments if collagen, Happy Collagen's going on your smart chip this month. If you're like, yeah, I'm going to need some of that this month. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And that's what I love. What Jennifer is saying is again, there's a lot of products out there that might have more collagen in them. But again, it's not about just dumping more boxes at the door of the factory, like she said. It's about getting the factory to move more efficiently so it can create and move that through your body better. And I love her words that she created the collagen that she wanted to take.
True story. So,
I mean, quote it, stamp it, take it to the bank, seal it in the vault, and let's get to work, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say. What I do want to say is this. I have one more question, actually 2 more. But you're just amazing, and I'm really grateful for you taking the time. I will stop in the middle and just say, Jennifer, I know that you are insanely busy, and it is important. I'm going to stop everything right now. Switch gears. It is very important that you know that there was not a call that we did not only keep people up to date on the things as your lab was getting the water pumped out of it after the hurricane, but there's not a day that we weren't constantly keeping you in our prayers as a company. And know that you guys were incredibly happy that no one was harmed in that situation, that everyone was okay, and that the lab was able to be saved, and you guys got everything taken care of and got water pumped in and are able to be back up and running. Obviously, I can only imagine what you guys had to deal with in that and how scary that must have been. But I want you to know that there was not a call that went by that we weren't talking about you, praying for you, and thinking about you guys.
I really appreciate that. Your prayers and good wishes, we feel that, and they really help. The facility was lots of external damage, no internal damage, no employees that were seriously injured. And, we've been very keen to support our employees in this difficult time. We're very involved in the community and the recovery there. And we're very fortunate to have weathered things, no pun intended, as well as we did. But thank you. We can feel that from you. We really appreciate that.
Well, it goes without saying that we are in this together. Both all labs and the Happy Co. We're in this journey together. And what is your fight is our fight. And so we got you guys' back, and I know you know that. But I did want to ask just a couple more questions here quickly, and then we'll let everyone get on with their evening, as I know this call might be going a little longer than normal, but it is worth it, I believe, and I know for you as well. For some bullet points for the people out there that might be talking to, as you know, we're constantly promoting this product, going out and talking to people in our network and sharing it with customers and brand partners and expanding this information. Some good bullet points, some areas in which collagen has been proven or is shown to help people in their lives that maybe people on this call might not be aware of. So I think that we all hear of the fingernails and the hair growth and the elasticity of the skin, but I think that especially with our blend, there's a lot of additional benefits that I would love it if you could cover just some of those bullet points to help arm our brand partners with the right information to go out and share with the field.
Sure. I really neglected, because I'm excited about the benefits of the skin, but I really neglected to talk about that cushioning effect in joints, that extracellular matrix, how it can improve your joint health. And that's, that's not just for those of us that are getting older and things are creaking a little bit more. The thing you don't realize about your joint health is that you start to have the etiology of joint problems begins a decade before you feel the first pain in your knee. And so, as those, if you're active, if you're the active lifestyle, if you're young and you think it's not for you, this is your chance to interrupt. The etiology means the way that the disease starts and the breakdown and everything. And that is a long process, and unless you have an injury. And that's something that means that collagen is for everyone. If you're not worried about your skin protecting your joints, that protective benefit. And then also, if you're starting to feel the first twinges in your joints, it's not too late. The clinical trials on joint health, one of the things that you don't know is that people began to see a benefit within the first few weeks of using the product, and some as early as 5 to 7 days in terms of how their skin feels and looks, and their joint. And so that's an important thing. But collagen, like I said, is also in your gut. It's in your in your eyes. It's hair and skin and nails. And so these are just important building blocks. And because different types of collagen can be important, most of us in America get enough protein that's broken down into the building blocks. But when we take the collagen, we stack the deck in favor that the right kinds of collagen are available for the processes that we're most worried about. And so, look, bone broth is great, but you're rolling the dice on the breakdown. The breakdown of collagen, we've pre-broken down the collagen in the collagen blends that we've had into the optimal sizes that make it so that those building blocks are optimal for the health benefits that we're selecting them for. When you drink something like bone broth, yeah, you're going to get, it's going to break everything down for you. But if you have gut problems, if you are low on enzyme production, it will be random in how it gets broken down for you. And so we're kind of stacking the deck in our favor on the building block side, as well as intervening in all those other areas beyond just stacking the building blocks outside of the factory.
I hope y'all are taking notes. This is, I have a feeling like this might be one of our most replayed What's Up Weeklies that we've ever had. Everyone's like, I didn't know. I didn't have a pen. I didn't know. He told me it was a special. I didn't know. I didn't have my notes. I'm like, I will be watching this 100 times over. I think that those are all great points. And I think that everyone has been putting in the chat here. I don't know if you're seeing the chat, but everyone is just loving this and putting in the comments some of their benefits that they've been seeing as well. Carrie had a good question, and I want to kind of end with this question I had. It kind of ties together. My question was, how would you recommend taking this product, the Happy Collagen? Would you recommend it morning or at night? With food or without food? Does it matter if it's taken before, or as far as the efficacy goes? And then Carrie had a question. What about more collagen? If you're dealing with an injury with this Happy Collagen, would it make sense to do a double dose if you're dealing with something, an ailment or something like that? Or would it make sense just to stick with the one dose? What would be your recommendation? Okay.
If you have a sensitive stomach, if you're the kind of person that, sometimes get some, you're sensitive when you're taking your supplements, and by all means take it with your meal. Collagen building is one of those intensive exercises that, look, your body's monitoring that balance all day long and doing the best it can depending on what the resources are. But at night, when it's not trying to keep you upright and out of trouble and help you drive your car and stuff, is when your body really doubles down on those regenerative processes. So I like to take mine at night. I don't have a sensitive stomach. I take it right before I go to bed. But if you have a sensitive stomach, by all means, take it with a meal that will help you have less stomach upset. Should you take a double dose? We are providing the clinically studied doses of things in this product. We're not fairy dusting things in. And so could you benefit from a larger dose if you're if you're a larger person, if you're recovering from an injury? It's possible, but what the recommended dose is based on the clinical work.
Beautiful answer. Beautiful answer. I love it. And that was I love I never even thought about that as far as the benefits to your stomach and stuff like that in the evening. That's why I invited you here. And I'm so grateful that you were able to come. There's one last question that came up, and I don't know if you're okay with me asking you one more.
Sure.
This was not on our list of stuff that I had sent over to you. But Gabrielle Merrill just asked a great question. I know that you and Gabby actually spent some time backstage at convention, as she is obsessed with the collagen. She loves it. It's her favorite.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, she is. She's a rock star. We're so lucky to have her here with us. But she asked a great question. I know that we touched on this before, but maybe you could touch on it briefly. A lot of people, they get kickback, whether it is like the powder versus liquid conversation. So you've got that liquid collagen. I know there's a couple companies out there that have whether it's a pudding collagen or a liquid shot or whatever it might be. And so those can tend to be kind of like the flashy object, because you can put them in a cool little vial, or you can do it with a whatever and make kind of a story around it. Could you speak a little bit to the, what you saw as the difference between a powder and a liquid collagen?
Sure. And I'll tell you something I probably shouldn't tell you guys. When we were formulating, people came to us and said, we're interested in collagen. I said, oh my gosh, I have a great idea. I'm dying to shake this whole category up. And they said, everybody loves it as a liquid. Lots of people are doing it as liquids. And I really pushed back. And here's why, you guys. The liquid, is it more digestible? Blah, 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 blah. Your body breaks this stuff down pretty efficiently. And the liquid really limits the other ingredients that were key to this product that we could put in it that intervene in other areas. And look, you can't find anybody who's got a clinical study that says the liquid is more bioavailable or more absorbable, because by the time it gets into your small intestine, it's a wash. Okay, it's seconds of difference. And it is the way that people artificially create a point of difference for themselves. And I had a ton of people showing me this and showing me that. And I really pushed back, because it really is an artificial point of difference. And the other real problem with it is liquids are just less stable, you guys. You get it on your shelf, it gets shipped in the hot weather and all kinds of stuff, and it's just going to be less stable and less transportable. And in the end, you're just shipping water around for no reason. And so do not get sucked into this. There's no clinical studies that says that it's better to get it as a liquid. And in fact, it has allowed us to put in all of the other ingredients that make this product so unique. So don't run away from that. Doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't. I agree. And I love again that it comes back to the science. It comes back to the efficacy of the product. It comes down to, it's not about the flash. It's about, does it work the way it's supposed to? And if it's working the way it's supposed to, we need to have it in that form. And man, that is about as strong as it gets. Someone put in here, and I didn't hear this. Did you say whether it's better? Like, I don't think there's any actual real benefit as far as taking it hot or cold. It's really just what you prefer, right?
Yeah, you could take it hot or cold. There's some things that break down too much hot. I wouldn't put it in a thermos and let it sit all day and sip it. But if you're going to have a cup of coffee and you're going to drink it within an hour or something like that. It's totally fine. And the collagen is pretty stable. It is manufactured in ways that require heat. And so, but the other ingredients, I wouldn't let them sit all day in a hot thermos. But if you want to add it to a warm drink before you go to bed, you want to sprinkle it in some oatmeal, all that kind of stuff, totally fine.
Awesome. 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 Well, Jennifer Cooper, I am just so grateful for you again, taking the time out of your incredibly, insanely busy schedule to come and be with us this evening. Like I said, I believe that this will probably be our most watched What's Up Weekly in a very long time when it comes to the replay views. As always, to all of you on here, I want you to know how grateful I am for each and every one of you to take the time out of your evening to come consume this knowledge, to come make yourselves better, to come level up, to come get some of these answers to some of the questions that your prospects might be asking over the next few weeks. Strengthening, you're just sharpening your axe. You're getting better every single day. And I'm just grateful, again, for you for showing up. Everyone, do not thank me. Don't thank me at all, as it is all you, and drop all the love, all the hearts in the comments for the amazing Jennifer Cooper. She deserves it. She brought the fire this evening. And with that, I'm going to wish you guys nothing but abundance, nothing but blessings, nothing but happiness and health as we go through the rest of this week. I look forward to seeing all of you on our incredible Super Saturday event this Saturday, noon Central Standard Time. Bring your friends. It's going to be a riot. We're going to have fun, incredible testimonials, an amazing business presentation, followed up by a lot of fun with our Getting Started training. So, as always, see you soon. God bless you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jennifer.
God bless.
Bye for now.